It all started about, I'd say, maybe 15 years ago or so. Um, I've always been a bit of a loner, the kind of person to get deep into myself and try to find out what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. I always like to be in control. I like to have power. I've always have. When I first started doing it, it just seemed so effortless. It almost seemed like a reward. I always felt empowered after. And as I continued, it turned more and more into maybe even an art form.
You talk about like it was an art form. Well, which part of that process was an art form?
When I say it was an art form, there was always something so beautiful about the way when you slit someone's neck, the blood would splatter from left to right and would almost create a painting on the wall. The stains on the walls created memories that I could reflect on. Eventually I got bored with the simple slicing of the throat. As I continued on with, what I thought was what I was supposed to do with my life, I began to find different ways to kill my victims. And then I got to the point where I would dismember my bodies. I would take the knife and peel back the layer of the skin, separate the fascia from the muscle, pull the muscle away, and once I got to the bone, I'd have to use an electric saw. It's the only way that actually got through. There was this one, her name was Susan. I actually got my hands on some Pavilon, which is a neuromuscular blocking agent that actually causes paralysis. And so I injected it into her vein and began to slowly cut off her fingers one by one and cauterized each individual stump so she didn't bleed to death. Continued to do that until there was pretty much nothing left except a torso. After I realized that I had so much left over, I had to do something with it, so I figured I'd, do the community a service by feeding the stray animals with the remains that I did have. I've always wanted to know what the smell of burning flesh smelled like. So I took the torso into the woods and doused it with a little bit of gasoline and set it ablaze and watched as all the moisture content in it seemed to disappear and the body seemed to get tighter and tighter and the skin almost appeared leather-like before cracking and crisping and breaking apart. I can still remember exactly how she smelled. I really think I've said too much.